Hey friends, how's it going? We're back with me, Shaker, at Stage Alpha Garage, and today we're working on an electric vehicle. My 2021 Kona EV. We're going to install some hood struts, hopefully, and we're going to put a frunk into it because it doesn't have a frunk, and I think a frunk would be more useful than not a frunk. It just won't stay up on its own, and that's what we're going to fix today. So let's prop it up for now. We got some hood struts to go on, and then we've got a frunk to go in. These are the hood struts. Should be pretty simple to put on. Comes with all the hardware and no instructions because I guess you don't need any. Next up, we got the frunk. It's a plastic box.
Here's We Got the Funk by Positive Force on Amazon Music.
Alexa, pause. I guess she is listening. Anyway, this is from Turkey. Istanbul, to be exact. So, I think what size is the box? It tells me. It's a 40 by 60 box. And it does come with instructions. I haven't pulled anything of it yet. Oh, it's in here good. There we go. I'll pull all this tape off because it doesn't need to be on there. In the pictures, this part was painted, but apparently we're not going to get a painted version of it. We got most of the tape off. So this is the bracket. It goes down onto the engine. It sits in place of the motor cover because there is no engine. My bad. It's a motor. But Hyundai EV Frunk. I mean, it tells you exactly what it is. So we will get the hood struts mounted up, and then we'll make this mounted up. Okay, so we're about to put the passenger side hood strut on, and we got this piece here with the nipple on it. It's going to go on the top bolt here of your hood, and then you come down and you have this empty hole here, and that's going to receive this chrome one here. It just drops right in there. And to secure it, let's see if we can get that bolt out of here. Magnet. Whoops. To secure it, you're going to use that nut. So, line that up, drop that in. You'll need a couple of 12mm wrenches to tighten this down. All the nuts and bolts on this are 12mm, including the Hyundai itself. Alright, that shouldn't go anywhere. What I just noticed was this hole is a little close to being the same size as this nut, so I'm going to get a washer for the top as well. There we go, just a simple washer like that, better peace of mind. And then reuse the same hood bolts. And then, right in your face. And it should be very easy. Pop that end on there. And that end on there. We have both hood struts installed, and now it's time for the moment of truth. Will it close and not mess anything up? Seemed to work. Let's pop the hood and see what happens. Wonderful, that's perfect. And now when you're doing work in here, you don't have to worry about anything else. Ah, superior upgrade. I could take this out, but I'm just gonna leave it there because it's not in the way. Our next step now will be installing the frunk. And the first thing to do with that is to pop this plastic cover off the motor. So we won't need this anymore. I do believe we need these feet though. These 4 rubber feet. So we'll just set this off to the side. And now, instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Hi my friend. Before thank you for my item, installation is very simple. Place the plastic parts from the car into the black parts I sent you. If you have difficulty, apply a little machine oil. It will easily enter the edges. After you put the stand in place, screw the 4 small screws according to the numbers in the picture. It will be more solid. After the stand part is screwed to the feet, put the box on it and screw the holes in the places I marked on the bottom part of the stainless sheet, which I painted over. Took the feet off the old cover, the original cover, I should say, that was here. And you get 2 big ones that go in the rear and then 2 smaller ones that go in the front. We're just gonna throw some silicone on this part, which is 3D printed, by the way. You can tell because of the texture of the plastic. So these should just slide right in now. Put a little oil on them. Actually, a little silicone, to be honest. And there's our tray. I put a little paint on it and make it nicer. Save it from getting rusty so quick. So, if you have any difficulty, after you put the stand in place, screw the 4 small screws according to the numbers in the picture. It will be more solid. No kidding. I believe number 1 is over here. Number 2 is on the other side. Then we get 3 or 4 at the front. And bring you a little closer so you can see that place down in there. Okay, so you just place it down in before you put the screws in. All right, I don't know how you're supposed to guess where the holes are. It says drop those screws down in there, but I don't know exactly where these holes would be. The 4 screws that you're supposed to put in, they give you 3 self-tappers and 1 real tiny one. I don't understand why. And I learned my lesson. Only use self-tappers. I use this, but it kind of broke off the plastic, as you can see. So that's unfortunate, but it's secure. That's not going to go anywhere. I don't know if I hit the holes or not. Since these are self-tappers, they just went right through the plate, I do believe, which is perfectly fine for me. I think that'll give it more security. Next, we're going to lay the box in and line up the bolt holes, and then we'll get the bolts on and get tightened down. Not sure if I showed you the hardware they give you. This is the hardware. It's actually quite nice. I think the worst part of this whole kit is the 3D printed feet. Here we are, everything's mounted. Still a bunch of that packing tape all around. There we go, we got the box mounted to the plate. As nice as that hardware was that they gave us, the bolts were too short. I was able to use the lock nuts, I was able to use the lock nuts and the washers from the kit, but I had to get longer bolts. Now this should just sit down like the OEM rack. It looks a little tall though. I don't know if it's going to close. Before we find out if the hood closes, this is what you get. 40 by 60 box. I'm gonna have to put some kind of clip here, so maybe two. Put one on each side, or one over here and one over here, just so that doesn't flop around. Just so it gets held down nicely. And the other thing I might do is run some weatherproofing tape along the top here, and that'll keep the moisture out when we lock it down. Second moment of truth in the video. Let's see if the hood closes now. Nope. Oh, I've had screwdrivers in the way. A good idea when you're working on a vehicle, before you close the hood, is to look around and make sure you don't have any screwdrivers. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, let's try this again. It does close. Ha! Perfect.
Huh. I know what it want. 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 Right. Right. Right.
There we have it. Hood struts and a frunk in a Hyundai Kona EV. Should be pretty useful. We'll get to put some of the cables and stuff in here from the trunk, and that'll free up some more trunk space. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time at Stage Alpha Garage.